Hi, welcome out to the Unscheduled podcast. I'm your host, Zach, along with my co-host.
That's me, Javi.
And today we have another special guest with us, Javi.
Yes, we do.
So we have a good friend of mine and fellow content creator. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Abby14 Winky Face.
Bella, Mina.
Thank you for joining us, Abby. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Yeah.
Oh no, thank you for inviting me. Freaking heck.
Yeah, we were just like, we need some content. Let's invite Abby on.
Yeah, it sounds like a solid plan.
Yeah. How you been, dealing with the whole quarantine and like life and everything going on?
Uh, let's see. How's life been? My mother applied me for a job at where she works. I got it. And now I've
Nice.
been working there for like almost 2 weeks now. And everyone keeps praising me because I'm such a hard worker and whatnot. And I'm here like, I still fuck up everything.
Hey, just take it. Don't question it. Just take it.
Oh yeah, no.
I'll take the raise if they offer it, that's for sure.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Go for it. Shoot for the gold there.
Honestly.
Yeah.
my
How you been,
brother
Javi?
can do this.
Pretty good. Going through Yakuza 0 as of late. which has been-
Nice. Yeah, that's what I've been seeing. Actually, both of you have been doing lately.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yep, playing it as well. Though I can tell you right now, I'm only on chapter 2, and these
Oh.
side quests just keep piling up.
It's so funny that you mentioned that about the fact that I'm like towards the end of the game and I've barely touched any of the side quests. I've done maybe like 10
What?
of them.
No, you're that kind of player?
No. I'm not that kind of player. It's just that at the beginning I was like, okay, I just need to focus on the story because that's what's important. But then I realized that so much of that stuff meshes in with the story. I was like, okay, I've been playing this game wrong, especially since all the stories are actually really fun. So like, okay, I'm gonna have to do like 100 side quests before the game ends, and that's just it's gonna be fun, but not fun at the same time.
Some of those side quests are going to be very fun. Like, there's 2 that come in mind that I finished back to back, and I'm so happy they happened back to back. I won't mention them because spoilers, but oh my god, I was so happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was reacting, quote unquote, reacting live to that. I was watching, or I was messaging Abby while she was playing last night, and it was just like, as soon as she was getting to certain missions, I was just like, yes, I knew these, they're hilarious, I knew they would be your favorite, and I'm just,
Oh, man.
I love the Yakuza series so much, which is why, like, I'm glad I brought it to Twitch with me.
Oh yeah.
I say that as if I introduced it to the world. No, that's not what I mean. I was just like, it was one of the games I knew I wanted to stream.
That reminds me of the last podcast, where we said like, those people that like present like talkies as if it's like something new to like
Yeah.
their followers, and like Hispanic people have been knowing about like talkies for like years. It's like, come on.
You're just now finding this? Keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously. But yeah, it's so cool that it's recently gotten a little bit more hype. And it's probably due to a Twitch streamer named Ray Navarez Jr. His handle you may have seen is like, I think it's Brown Man
Yeah, it's
on
brown,
Twitch.
man.
Yeah. He got into playing the series recently, and a lot of people have seemed to pick up the game. And it's also that Yakuza has some of the best deals when it comes to their bundles. So it looks like more and more people are picking it up, and I'm just like, y'all are behind, but I love that you're picking up the game. Go ahead, please enjoy this weird, zany, but amazing Japanese world.
Hey, better late than never, that's for sure.
I wish there was more I could talk about it, but because you two have just not seen as much and have not synced up, I'm just like, I can't give more info. I can't. I'm really wanting to, but I can't.
When we both finish the game, that's when we can have like a full podcast dedicated to that, maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna-
I'm 100% down for that.
Yeah, we can do our Yakuza 0 book club, and then we can like see like and see we can gush over how much we love Kazuma Kiryu and Goro Majima.
It's such a great game, and Abby, you have not met a certain character yet, so I have to bite my tongue so hard.
I'm
Yeah, I just
sorry,
realized
sub
as
story
well.
over main story.
Yeah, just
It's fine. No,
realized
the
that.
side stories are great. They're fucking amazing. I love them. Like, if honestly the side stories were just its own spin-off game, it'd be something to behold. But
Yeah.
on that, this isn't so much a spoiler, I would say.
Okay.
Once you complete the game, there is a way you can just go through and not play main story and only do side quests.
So I can pick up the side quests I missed, or just the side quest you've done.
No, all of them. So you can redo the side quests you've done, and you can do the ones you missed.
That is
Nice.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great because I know there are certain side quests that I really want to go back through.
Yeah, no, there's some great ones. I want to say more, but again, y'all have just not synced up, and you are farther behind in one way or another. So I'm gonna bite my tongue for now. I'm going to, but just know if you get the chance to play Yakuza 0, it is a great game with a phenomenal story and wonderful side quests. So do yourself a favor and play that game. And then check out the rest of the series too.
Oh, and also there's a bundle available on Steam. That's the way I got it, so hop on
Is
that
there,
summer deal.
is
Yeah,
there
the
really?
one thing you didn't do for Nintendo, which threw me off so much, I was like, wait, did Yakuza 0 come to Switch or something?
Oh no, I knew it was never going to come to Switch, which is why I bought it. Like when I can tell a game is going to stay either on PC or like another system, I either give up on it or cave in and buy it on PC.
Fair enough, fair
What
enough.
happened with Yakuza? Because like the only thing we're going to get Switch related with Yakuza is maybe a dancing mini game like Persona.
I don't even think that. Like, the thing is, it's like, it's a very graphical game. So,
Hey, Bayonetta's on Switch, so don't you say like.
I mean, yeah, no,
Oh, wait,
I'm
you
not
mean
saying no,
graphics
but
as in like? Oh, you meant graphics as in like intense. Oh yeah, Switch can't handle that for crap.
no. Like, I was gonna say, yeah, Bayonetta makes sense because it's designed for a Nintendo console now. But like, in terms of like how intense some of the pictures and scenery and cutscenes are for the game, I'm not sure if the Switch could be able to handle that. Not to say that the Switch doesn't have its beautiful cutscenes and stuff, but it's just it definitely needs a little bit more strength, I would say.
Which is why I'm still waiting for the Switch Pro.
I really hope that's a thing. Like, I'm really hoping because it's still only rumors right now. And you
Yeah.
know, with the world, maybe it got
Nintendo.
delayed.
So much is getting delayed for Nintendo. We haven't had a direct in almost a year now. I'm crying.
I don't know.
So-
I don't feel phased by that. Do you Javi?
I mean, kind of in a way. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand completely why there hasn't been, especially in the past few months.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's exciting. It's energizing for the community to see all these new products presented in a way that like you get the hype, you get the reveal, the anticipation. It's
I get that.
it's part of the experience, especially nowadays, because like
Yeah.
back like there was a time where like you didn't get presentations. You'd either have to go to a conference or you'd have to read about it in a magazine. But now, like with these directs, you have a direct chance with interacting with the sort of product that you're trying to look for, and it's really interesting actually. So I mean, I would say I do miss it actually.
Okay. I think for me, what it is that I have no problems with directs or anything. It's great. It's a great way for them to reach out to their community. I think for me, what it is just I'm gonna say I'm slightly spoiled then. Because a lot of the game series I follow also do their own independent announcements and their own reveals and stuff, or they
Okay.
kind of tag along with other events.
Yeah.
So I'm more used to seeing it a lot more frequently. Also for the fact that like people just get way too angry about not having a direct, and I'm just like, it's not as like, again, directs are great, but I just don't see it as something like Nintendo owes people to put out.
Oh no, yeah, I totally agree with that point. No, I'll just say this right now. Video game companies don't owe people anything. I'm just gonna say that.
No, they
Like
really don't.
in my opinion, like it's really a form of it's a form of entertainment like that we choose to consume. Like there's no reason for like why we should. No, I mean, I just don't see the point in getting angry over like something that you choose to invest your time in, and then like they already have so many things that they're working on. I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot fully agree on like people are getting way too angry about it. But I also see like the some desperation of it because there's really been a Nintendo drought of news. Like the only game that's coming up that's sort of hype is the Paper Mario Origami King. But other
Yeah.
than that, like there's
Yeah.
nothing scheduled for like the Christmas season and all of that. So like I'm waiting for that one direct that tells me what games I'm going to be buying for
Yeah.
Christmas, aka asking parents to buy for me.
Yeah. I mean, I also have my own theory on it, like not to get like any conspiracy theory, just a simple business theory. Because at the end of the day, these still are businesses. They only really
Oh,
care
100%.
about making money, not so much appeasing the fan base. So long as the fan
Yeah.
base is still giving them money, and
Yeah,
you know
no,
that's how
exactly.
it is for most companies.
Yeah.
But what they're probably, at least from what I can tell, you know, obviously Corona has a huge part to play in it, so that's why I'm like, okay, that makes sense. There's not really a direct, because the teams they have to put into making these directs are not there. Like, it's a huge team they have to put together for this stuff. And so, but on top of that, I think they're also just kind of leaving it alone to spotlight more of their AAA games right now. Because for the games we have gotten news about, you've seen them. So it's been just a real quick Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Super Smash Bros., and then I guess you could arguably throw in Xenoblade in there as well.
Yeah.
And then obviously Paper Mario as well. So it's like maybe they want these games to just kind of hold them over for now. And then by like either holiday season or next year, like beginning of next year, that's when they'll kind of dump more stuff on us, because like they have to hold back some of the info.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
it's
wanted,
just a theory.
yeah. I kind of wanted to touch back on something that you said about how these businesses are really operating like, they're businesses. They're operating mostly
Yeah.
on the financial side of it.
Yeah.
Because like, especially for like directs, when people are like looking for like a series that hasn't been announced yet, or for like a game that hasn't been announced yet, you know, there's a very good chance that that game doesn't exist. And so like,
Yeah.
and so it's weird to me that like, let's say for example, like I don't know, Sony doesn't announce like Bubsy the fifth game or something like that, Bubsy the cat or whatever. Like it makes sense because like where's the market for that game?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, it just doesn't really make that much sense.
Kid Icarus.
Trust me, I would love to see Kid Icarus, but you know they really have Sakurai working on Smash Bros. And like he has no time to work on any other games, which is why he left the Kirby team. And so like he says he's sick of it at this point too, but you know that's where Nintendo wants him, because he's doing masterful work on Smash.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as much as I would love to see another Kid Icarus game, I'd probably, until this Smash dies out for a little while, we would even think of getting another Kid Icarus game.
As we have 5 more DLC characters coming up, yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like we said, it's a business, so it's like, so long as people are still giving them money, they're going to keep doing the same things. Kind of like, don't fix what isn't broken.
Yeah, which is why remakes are always good. Give me those
I know.
Mario remakes, please. I
Yes,
will
oh
pay
my
good
God.
money for those.
I would pick up the Super Mario Galaxy remakes if they are really coming.
Oh man, yeah, there was that rumor going around that they were gonna release like a bundle of like 3D remasters of like old games like Mario Galaxy, Sunshine, and hopefully
Yeah.
six. Like I
Oh,
would
if
really
Sunshine
love.
comes out, I'm immediately picking up
Oh
Sunshine.
yeah, yeah. I'd also really love if I mean either like a port or a remake of 64 because I actually never played that.
Yes, yeah, because I know people are also asking for a 64 classic shop,
That would be so cool.
and like I'm wondering if Nintendo is going to do that or not. And I mean, it's a really different state of the world, because again, of the state of the world we're currently in.
Yeah.
So like every industry has been shifted in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but even if like no new intellectual properties come out, I would be dude, just ports from like old games. I'll take those. Like
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah, no, I'd be okay with that.
Same here. I'd be freaking more than ecstatic for that. Oh, my reaction to that would be nothing compared to the summer one.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I think also it's just Nintendo's investing a lot more time in mobile games too right now. Like we talked about this with when our friend Dan was on.
Yeah.
We talked about and did a recap of like their mobile games, and Nintendo's really doubling down on investing in mobile games right now.
Yeah, like let's see. The one that got a major update recently is Dr. Mario World, which makes the game so much better. Like they suggest what doctors you should be using. They have like a clearer ranking for the versus mode. Oh, the update was so good. The only thing they did mess up was that my phone is on the bigger end, so now the screen doesn't feel like the whole screen.
Oh,
It's just like
wow.
I
a small
hate I
part.
hate that. Yeah, that
I'm
sounds
like,
awful.
no, you gotta bring up another update, please. But like, other than that, that was a great update for the game.
I have a pretty big phone, but I don't think I've ever had that problem. I'll be honest, like I don't think I've ever had that problem.
It's so weird that it happened with only this one. So I'm hoping the next update and hopefully next week they fix that issue. If not,
They
I'm going
might.
to be angry.
Yeah, I mean it's not anything game breaking, but they might. So,
Yeah. Then let's talk about Heroes then too. Like Heroes keeps bringing out these new units, and it's just
I
amazing.
very much think they're trying to get people back into Fire Emblem Heroes right now. Like I think people are very the Fire Emblem fan base at least is starved for more stuff that they're just throwing it at Heroes right now.
Yeah, they are. But the sad part is they're also pouring in more for like pay to win
Yeah.
stuff, like
Well-
the Fey Pass, buying the Forma allies, buying orbs, which I will be doing with the next banner because I'm going to get all 4 of those units.
Yeah. Again, this is something we talked with Dan, like how these mobile games are going to a pay-to-win thing, and especially off of the gacha mechanics.
Oh, especially off the gacha mechanics.
Yeah.
Like all their games are gacha,
Yeah.
unless we're talking Mitomo. And Pocket Camp even has a gacha system with the cookies.
I don't. That's honestly, it surprises me that's still around at times.
It exists and it still gets updates pretty dang regularly. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't play it, but I know about
Yeah.
it because Nintendo.
Yeah. Hey, Javi, have you actually? I don't know if we talked about this with Dan, but did you invest in any of the Nintendo mobile games, or like just
I-
at least put time into it?
I never spend money on mobile games. Nothing against people that do.
Yeah.
I just don't like. That's not something I do. Like I don't see the appeal of it, to be honest.
I've spent I've spent money on very few mobile games, and I would have to like I bought one game that I remember was like I think $10 because it actually seemed like a really cool game with graphics and gameplay, and I was like, oh okay, I'll invest into this. But then it had gacha mechanics on top of that, so I kind of regret
Oh.
buying it, and I don't even know where it is now. Like I deleted it off my phone.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? Nope, I'm not doing this because it requires me to gacha for better weapons, and I can't get past this part without better weapons, even though I bought the game. So
Yeah,
and then
that-
the other
Yeesh.
times I've
Did they
invested
make
in
the
mobile games. Oh, say that again?
Did EA make that game? Holy crap!
No, it actually wasn't. It was an indie.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
The
it was
heck?
an indie, which I was really annoyed about that too, because I was like, oh, I had faith that it wouldn't be like this.
That
And I got turned around and backstabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the other thing, the other times I've invested in mobile games, let me think.
Has spent $500 on Fire Emblem Heroes already.
Please don't. No, I don't think I've
I
actually
already
invested.
have. Like, it's not even like I'm going to do that. Like, I've already have. Like, I calculated
God
all the like,
damn.
$20 I spent. I've already spent 500 on the app, and I'm going to be spending more
Wow.
when those
God
camera
damn.
units come out.
And I thought I
like-
spent. So you're spending as much on Fire Emblem Heroes as I do on trading cards.
Yes.
I
And
didn't want to say it, but yeah.
No, yeah, I'm fully aware of my spending on trading cards. Like haven't invested as much lately because state of the world and stuff. But like before it ended, like I was still dropping like a couple hundred, 200 on trading cards. So, but that's neither here nor there.
Cards I am to
Actually,
Fire Emblem Heroes.
if you don't mind, actually, as I said before,
Yeah.
I'm not really that kind of person that like heavily invests in like mobile games or into like trading card games.
Yeah.
Like what is it that pulls you guys into sort of like investing more into like this like sort of product? Like what is it really
The
about
waifus.
it? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
That
yeah,
ass.
I-
The waifus.
No,
like,
that's a
I-
legitimate response for
no,
both.
yeah, I
for
no, I
both
agree.
things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for me, what it was is that like I was on and off with the trading card games for a while. But what it is for me, investing is to kind of keep up and play with my friends, because like you can buy one deck. Let's say I bought a deck 2 years ago, and 6 months later, that deck could no longer be keeping up with my friends, or I would need more cards to like vamp it up to be even better. So I would keep working on my my deck and stuff by investing more money because I wanted to keep up with my friends. And then obviously there's a competitive scene, and if I wanted to be part of the competitive scene, I still would have to put in even more money for the better cards and better stuff. But for me, I just was more to keep up with my friends and have some of the really cool cards and mechanics go off that I really liked. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go for I'll pick these up and I'll put a little bit more money into this game so I can keep playing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and before I realized it, I had already spent over $500 on it. So yeah.
It just happens. Like you don't spend all 500 at once. Like keep that in mind. You spend like, for me personally, it was like 20 here, 30 here, maybe 40 there. But like once you start doing the math, you're like, oh crap! Like it's me with my Meepos. I spend 16 here, 17 there, 35 for the rare ones.
Yeah.
And like suddenly I spent almost $200 on just the
Meepos.
Meepos.
100% agree, because like it's a slow burn. It's not you're dumping all your money at once. You can do that. And that's fine, because that some of it is long-term investment, but others is like it's just a very slow burn. Like some cards, I'll wait a couple months for them to go down because they get a reprint, and then when they once cost like $40, they now only cost $15, and I'm like, oh sure, I'll pick up the $15 copy of a card instead of going for a $40 copy.
Mm-hmm.
It's also just packs. Packs are not worth buying, even though it's the excitement. It's literally real life gacha. And
oh man.
And it's the there's a weird addiction into like opening up the packs and hoping to pull something good.
Seriously, it's me with the Cypher ones. Like anytime I go to any anime convention, I make sure to buy at least 3 Cypher packs just cause. Like it's not even that I play the game competitively, even though I do know how to play. But all the text being in Japanese makes it a bit harder.
Yep.
But like, I buy 3 packs and see which waifus or hubbies I get. So far, I've been sort of lucky. Like, I've gotten my Lucina 3 times. I've gotten Ingrid, Byleth, like...
Yeah, I've seen the collection. It's big.
That's what he said.
Oh, man.
But yeah, no, that's kind of the appeal to it and what it is, and it's kind of like, I think the best comparison I could make for you, Javi, is because you used to play Ultimate Team, right, for FIFA and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I also never spent money on that.
Right, no, and that's fair. But you had the idea of like building up at least points to purchase because it has points to purchase and stuff.
No, yeah, I'm very well aware of like how ingrained the pay-to-win mechanic really is in FIFA Ultimate Team. Yeah. Especially with regards to getting, making the direct comparison of, Abby's waifus, my husbandos in FIFA, and my favorite soccer players to say.
Yeah.
Most of them, of course, my favorite soccer players are really good players, and of course they cost a lot to buy, and so, those players usually get what they would call end of the season cards, and basically they're like amped up like versions of the card. Like basically think of like Joker with Arsene in Smash Brothers. Like that's basically what they are. So the whole game, but the entire game, like Arsene never goes away in FIFA. Basically in that case. So yeah. But I totally understand why people would do it, but at the same time, it's so ingrained that it almost feels like you can't really do it without. You can't really play Ultimate Team.
Yeah, that was part of the reason I kind of fell out of FIFA, because like I picked up FIFA because it was more of a couch game and something fun for me to play. But it's like solo, unless you're doing Ultimate Team and stuff, it doesn't feel as fun. So that's why I stopped getting the games and stuff. But that's kind of the mentality. It's just like the potential of what you could get is why it's like so. I would say is honestly why it can get so addicting.
Yeah.
So that's what it is for gacha. But going back real quick to the mobile games, actually, I want to see if you guys kind of, I don't want to say it's a conspiracy theory, but do you guys subscribe to the theory that we're not getting another Mario Kart game because Nintendo is investing more into the mobile game? And on my part, I 100% I almost completely buy into that theory.
Oh.
I honestly do not, because the reason I think that they haven't invested in a new Mario Kart game is because Mario Kart 8 is still selling well. like until that game starts really dropping off, like it's still in like top 10 best-selling games weekly for Nintendo. So until it starts actually like not selling, that's when they're going to invest either in DLC for the game or
Mhm.
making a whole new one. Because Mario Kart Tour has no effort put into it. I'm dead ass. Like the only effort they
Damn.
put is new characters that happened like 2 weeks, which that Summer Rosalina made me play the game again. Still haven't gotten her, but whatever.
No salt.
I'm not.
No
I'm not
salt.
mad. I'm not mad.
No salt, not at all. But like the tracks are the same. Like it's such, and the controls aren't even that good. Like it's, I really don't think they're investing much into it except the character designs and just applying that gotcha mechanic to an extreme. Like you think Fire Emblem Heroes is bad with gotcha? This game is even worse. Like those percents to get anything good are so stupidly low. You might as well spend $100 just to hope to get two. It's so
Um,
BS.
yeah.
It's
Wow.
so BS.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is that these two ideas aren't necessarily like mutually exclusive. I feel like because
Yeah. Yeah.
like at the like yes, like I feel like Mario Kart, like I don't know the official numbers, but I have the feeling it's doing relatively well. And like Abby said, yeah, Mario Kart 8 is like Deluxe is still doing pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Its playership and online is like not it's pretty decent. So
Yeah.
like with both of those things considered, like especially like those two combined, like why would they really make a Mario Kart 9 or whatever they would call the next
Yeah,
Mario Kart
no,
game?
and
You
and
know?
I get that. I get that. It's just like the reason I'm more supported behind like, and I agree like the ideas are not mutually exclusive. The reason I'm a little bit more into like the theory that we're not getting another Mario Kart 9 is I mean, part of it is the fact of just how well Mario Kart 8 does, but it's also just how much we're seeing Nintendo invest in mobile games as well. And it doesn't just have to be MK Tour. It's just overall they seem to just be really investing, like putting it down ever since the blow up of Pokemon Go, which by the way just turned 4 years old, like I think yesterday,
Yeah.
Happy
Uh,
from the
birthday.
point of this recording.
As our friend Dan eloquently put it, that it is the anniversary of the last time we felt world peace in this world.
Seriously.
Because I remember I came back from Costa Rica in like August, and literally everyone, like I went to Rio, right? And
Yeah.
everyone was playing Pokemon Go. Everyone was just like having a good time. It was weird. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie, because like everyone was playing Pokemon Go, everyone was looking at their phones, like walking around the lake and stuff like that, and they were just having a good time, which was like cool, but like also like what kind of hellhole did I just come into? It's weird.
It
So
was.
And I never picked up Pokemon Go.
I mean, you're not a Pokemon fan, but okay, actually no. Let me back up real quick on that because I was gonna say this. It surprised me because even people who weren't Pokemon fans were getting into the game. Like it really took off. Because I thought it would be like, okay, you know, the Pokemon fan base is gonna jump on, no problem. But then it hit like this mainstream appeal out of almost nowhere. And it's like, I think that's what caught people off guard the most about it.
And then you
Yeah.
have the complete opposite end of the spectrum of mobile games with that Diablo announcement that they had, where they're like, "Don't you
Oh,
guys have
gosh.
phones? Don't you guys have phones?" I'm like,
God, that was a nightmare of one of many mistakes Blizzard has made over the last like 4 or 5 years.
honestly, you remember how we took a PR class?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
in college? I feel like you could definitely like make a course centered around not how to do it, and you could use Blizzard as like your guiding philosophy.
Oh,
on, like,
very
how
much
to
so.
do it.
Oh boy.
Blizzard and EA would be the top two examples of how not to do a PR stunt or something like that, or how not to do an announcement.
Yeah, basically just maintaining public relations with your fans and like your audience. Like those would be the two prime suspects of like how not to do it.
But yeah, no, it's just it was amazing to me like how much people got into Pokemon Go, and I think I did back when I did a older podcast with a couple friends of mine. We covered that topic, and it was like we were all amazed, and just like I would see strangers playing Pokemon Go, and they asked me, "Hey, are you playing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm playing." And they're like, "Oh, me too," and I'm just like, okay then, I didn't expect a 40-something-year-old guy to be interested in Pokemon at his age, but you know what? I'm not going to be against it. Sure, enjoy the game.
When I'm 40 years old and they release like Persona 7, in like in like and it's set in like the countryside again because like honestly like what else are they gonna do? I'm gonna be playing it. I'm still
Next
gonna
Persona
be
is just gonna be on the moon.
yeah. But I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but yeah,
Okay.
honestly, yeah.
I hope to be like 60 years old and still playing video games. I will have no shame in that. I'll still play Pokemon if they're still making the Pokemon series.
Oh yeah, especially if I'm like a grandparent and I'm like retired and stuff like that. Of course I'm gonna be playing video games. Are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
I will never outgrow video games, especially with how well some of the writing is for some of the games.
Oh yeah.
Hell, I'll
I
still
know.
keep my older ones. Say that again, Abby?
I know I'm gonna keep buying video games till like the last day I die. Just like if you're gonna bury me, just bury me with all the games I've purchased. It's gonna fill up the casket, but
Feel that. No, legit feel that. Um, Another thing I was going to say on going back real quick to the Mario Kart thing, this isn't really in defense of anything. I just know that I was observing this at least for Nintendo. And this is a flaw I know they really need to fix. Like, the fan base has really been asking them to fix this. Have either of you ever bought anything off of the eShop and wanted to return it?
no.
Um, I have bought stuff off the shop, but also at the same time, like Abby said, I've never wanted to like return it.
Okay. So, I mean, sometimes you'll be interested in a game and you'll buy it and then you realize it sucks or
Yeah.
it's just not your style of game and you want to return it. Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe the thing is, it's like for Nintendo, you just can't return anything once you buy it on the eShop.
No, I'm pretty sure that's like part of their disclaimer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
and,
is.
Yeah.
And so, like, I believe that's a reason why people are also investing a lot in buying physical games from Nintendo.
Hmm.
And
Mhm.
I because it's like they
It's
don't
not
really.
like Switch has a lot of storage, so you might as well buy physical.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say like the physicality of buying games is dying out, but for Nintendo it's still there, and I think it's just because of like they don't want to let you return anything electronically.
Hmm.
And it's like,
That
I
is-
mean, that's probably like I don't know if that's helping or hurting their Mario Kart sales. I don't know, but I feel like there's also the argument to be said that like if another Mario Kart would be announced, people would be very quick to pick it up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, extremely. They'd pop on it immediately. Shoot.
Dude, honestly, I think it'd be kind of crazy to see another Mario Kart on the Switch because, especially the current one, because if you look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's a beautiful game.
Oh
Like,
no,
yeah,
I do not take it. It
and
is
like,
well made, like, and especially with the I guess DLC included on top of it, because I think it was DLC on the Wii U, and then
Yes.
they just
Yeah,
sold
That
it.
was the
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
and that's a game,
Which is
yeah.
why I don't. Which is why, at least in my head, I don't see DLC coming by anytime soon. At least track wise.
Yeah,
I would see character wise, honestly. I
Yeah,
just want to see
characters-
random
Character or
Nintendo
vehicle-wise.
characters in Mario Kart.
Yeah. Character or vehicle wise, I could see it. Not so much for any more tracks.
dude, you know how they have the like Mercedes Benz in Mario Kart? I want
Yeah.
a G wagon I want a G wagon or something like that because that would be so sick.
Okay.
Could you?
But legit, I unironically drive some of like the quote unquote real world cars in Mario Kart when I play.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
No, I'll do it because some of them are actually really good in how to drive. I'm nowhere near the best at Mario Kart, but I like to think I can hold my own from time to time. Except 150, because I just kill myself a lot in 150.
Yeah.
You just gotta know when to let go of the accelerator.
I think that's just it. It's like I'm just so used to accelerate and continue drifting that I haven't gotten into that habit. But I do know I'm one of the few people who still plays it with motion controls, and like most people I talk to when they see I do that think I'm crazy for playing with motion controls.
Oh no, my respects to you. I dropped motion controls after Wii.
I never like played a Mario Kart on the Wii. I never owned it at least. So
Okay.
I never got into like that like sort of mentality like, oh yeah, I'll play with the motion controls on. Yeah, that's definitely the best way to play this. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I just never felt compelled to do so. And when I did do so, I was like, okay, I'm tired of like falling off and then falling again like the next second. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna play
yeah.
it.
For me, what I remember was my very first Mario Kart was Mario Kart Double Dash.
Mm,
My
yeah.
copy is scratched.
Because one of my neighbors had the game on GameCube, so I would go over to his place, play it, and it was okay. I never really got behind it because I wasn't into racing games at the time, except for like F-Zero, which in itself was very different mechanic.
Yes.
But then I went back and I played Super Mario Kart on the SNES, like the very original. And I played that, and that was a lot of fun. And I got used to those controls. And then once the Wii came out and Mario Kart Wii became a thing, I really got behind motion controls then. Like, it felt way more comfortable and just way easier for me to do. And like that just kind of translated to all other Mario Karts, with the exception of Mario Kart 7, because the motion controls on that one just really sucked.
Well, that was on the 3DS. It was expected. Oh boy.
Yeah. I have played it with motion controls, and I have won a few with like the first person view, but it just
What?
it
You
was
went first person too? Holy crap.
yeah, it was hard. It was really hard.
I can imagine. Oh no. No me gusta.
Mirror was so annoying with that too. Like it, the only reason I did it was because I actively wanted to like show that I could do it.
Stubborn.
That's a flex.
Yeah.
It's a flex. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah.
I lost my Mario Kart 7 sadly at a convention, but
Oh.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I was just like, when Switch, because I never had a Wii U, I just didn't care to pick up a Wii U.
Good.
It was an okay console. That
It was an
about
okay
it.
console with okay games, but all the good games have gotten ported over to the Switch. I'm trying to think of one of them. Yeah, no, all of the good ones that I played personally are on Switch now. Splatoon 2,
Yeah.
Super Mario Maker, freaking New Super Mario Bros. Wii
The
Deluxe.
only one I'm sad that was not ported to Switch, and it's just that it literally would not work on Switch, is Star Fox Zero. That was one of the few games that would have convinced me to buy a Wii U, but by that point, I think the PS4 was already on its way out, and so I just put money into the PS4.
I thought Star Fox Zero was the bad one.
People said, like, I've played it and tried it out. It's all right. It was just very limited because they focused way too much on the gamepad mechanic.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So it was okay. Story was very bland and generic, though.
Well, that's with most Nintendo games. Not gonna lie.
I mean, it just depends on the Nintendo game, I feel like, because some Nintendo games are very well written and in depth.
Looks at the Legend of Zelda series. Waiting for Breath of the Wild 2. Still.
Oh, dude, I was
Bayonetta 3.
Oh my
Metroid
god.
4. Okay. I'm done.
I will say I'm glad they told us that they were restarting Metroid Prime 4. As much as I would love for it to come out, I'd rather they restart a project or delay it, because that means we're getting a better quality game. Like, that is my stance on it 100% of the time. I'm never mad with a delay. I'm like, I'll get a little annoyed, or I'll be like, aw, damn, I have to wait a little bit longer. But for me, I will never be angry with it, because that means they're going to get me a good quality game.
As Shigeru Miyamoto said, a rushed game is forever bad. So.
Yeah.
Sonic.
Am I the only person that unironically thinks Sonic should be like better? Like it.
No,
like, I feel like,
I'm 100% with you. The last Sonic game, good Sonic game, in my head, is Sonic Generations, which was really good because it essentially broke down back into what fans loved about the series. And it didn't have any glitches or anything. I mean, obviously it wasn't that great of a story, but like the game mechanic wise, it was great.
Yeah, because like I feel like with how big Sonic is, the games, especially like the 3D games, should be a lot better. Like they should be like of a higher standard, and if they were, I feel like Sonic wouldn't be memed as much, because like it just doesn't really make that much sense to me.
Honestly, disappointing how much his games suck right now. It's just like, I saw like after Forces, the backlash of it, and I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oof.
Yeah.
I know Sonic Mania really took off, and then it just got
Yeah.
drowned out by Mario Maker 2. Was it, or was
Yes.
it before Mario Maker? I can't remember.
It was before Mario Maker too.
Okay, so it was before Mario Maker 2, but after the first Mario Maker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
It's been a while. Like, I think that was the last Sonic game I kept track of, because I heard people really liked it and it was really good, but then it kind of just died off a bit.
Yeah, it did. Let's see. I'm actually checking like when.
No, that's fine. Go ahead, please do.
So Mario Maker 2 was actually released 2019.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it's the original Mario
Okay, so
Maker.
it was after original Mario Maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Sonic Mania released on 2017, but Mario Maker 1 released 2019? Nani?
Huh?
Yeah, what the heck? So
What?
which
No,
game
that can't
comes
be
out?
it. Because Mario Maker. Are you sure it wasn't ported to Switch? Because wasn't Mario
Oh, wait.
Maker on the Wii U?
It was. What the heck? It's just Google gave me the. There you go, 2015. Wait. Mario Maker was 2015? I feel old.
Wow.
Ah!
Damn.
Ah! 2015. Are you kidding me? It was probably a major update for Mario Maker then that drowned it out. Because I know Mario Maker had like those big updates that brought everyone back. So maybe it was that, but holy crap, 2015. I'm getting too old.
You say that, but you know what? Never mind. I'm not gonna say anything. No, I realize I'd rather stay alive right now.
Oh.
So,
Oh
Good.
boy.
but yeah. So I remember Sonic Mania coming out, and people were really hyped about it. Like even non-Sonic fans were very appreciative of it and how good of a game it was. And then it just kind of, like I said, died off. Like, I guess people still have it somewhere, but I don't see it as like a game people are going to go back to anytime soon, I'd say.
Yeah.
Ironically, the Sonic mobile game, which I have been playing on my phone, probably has a better record and more traction than any current Sonic game.
Bad. That's bad.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a bad mobile game either. Like, I've played it and it's decent. It's very simple. It's almost Temple Run mechanics, if you remember that mobile game. God.
Temple Run, I was
wow.
so good at that one. Oh boy.
God. Why did I
Wow.
just remember that?
I played more
Remember-
Temple Run than Subway Surfers, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Temple Run, Subway Surfers, the Jetpack Joyride, whatever. What's that
Oh,
word?
Jetpack
Yeah.
I
Joyride,
remember
yes.
all those mobile games.
Man, like
Cut the rope?
remember when mobile games, like, that was the golden age of mobile games in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah, to an extent. So I would say, I would argue then that we're kind of like in the silver age of mobile games.
I don't know. It's probably because I don't interact that much with mobile games now. But yeah,
Yeah.
I say that. So honestly, I don't have that much of an expertise on it now. Then.
No, I agree with you, because back then, like, a lot of mobile games back then weren't even pay to play or had
Yeah.
microtransactions. It was just like, hey, here's this game. You'll get a couple ads now and then, but please enjoy this game.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I will call it the Silver Age, because even with the gacha games and stuff, at least for gachas, at least for Japanese gachas, to what I've seen, you do not get a lot of. I don't think you get like any ads on the Japanese gacha games, and then on American gachas, the ads are very limited or very you controlled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can confirm that, at least for the apps I play.
Yeah, like
Like,
all the
I play this
gachas.
one, Bandori. Bandori, you can watch an ad to like restore stamina, but like that's all up to you. You don't even have to use stamina to play a song. Bandori is a rhythm game, just FYI.
Yeah, no, that's how it is for me, because I play Vanguard 0, and there are no ads on the game whatsoever, like, at all. And I'm just like, wow, I'm so used to ads being like every other time I play from other mobile games. Like, the very simple mobile games you constantly get flooded with ads for. I've tried a few, because some of them are just like, I'm bored an afternoon, I'll try it out. And they put ads like every other time, and I couldn't keep playing because of that. Like, they
Yeah.
really push for you to go ad-free.
The ads showing ad free. Oh boy.
Yeah. And
It's
I
like
was
the
just,
Spotify commercials that are just like, get Spotify. I was about to say Spotify
my
Prime. Oh,
God.
grab. What is that called?
Premium.
Premium. There you go.
Yeah.
Spotify Premium. When I have it, so I don't get those ads.
Yeah. Real quick, now that we're talking about Spotify, can I go on a quick rant?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I believe I've had this rant with you before, Javi. The
Yeah.
30 free minutes of ad-free time is not 30 fucking minutes
No,
on
no.
Spotify.
No, I tweeted about this like a year ago. Like literally, if that's 30 minutes, I must be living in like a hyperbolic time chamber or something because there's no way that the 30 minutes that they give you is 30 minutes.
No,
Like,
it's really fucking not. Like, I actually timed it one day because
uh-huh.
I was just like, I really have to check this out. I timed it, and I only got 20 minutes of ad-free before I was hit with an ad.
There you go. There you go.
And
Facts.
I don't think
Advertising. Spotify.
God, I don't think it's actually 30 minutes. What they probably do is I think they do it off the number of songs you fully listen to.
That was my theory also. Yeah, because like they probably like estimate like the average length of a song, and they're like, okay, yeah, it's been that long. Like, it's time to
Yeah.
get ad.
Time to get an ad. Have fun.
Yeah, no, and it's just, it bothered me so much because it's like, sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll go the 30 free minutes and then some for like a couple extra songs and then they hit you with an ad.
Mm-hmm.
But like, for me at least, 8 out of 10 times, it's cut me short by at least 5 minutes or more on that quote unquote 30 free minutes or 30 free ad minutes. 30 minutes of ad free. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying. I can English, I promise. Sometimes.
I believe you.
And it's just like I'm so sick of Spotify doing that. And I'm like, if it's gonna be 30 minutes, give me 30 minutes, please, because that's at least one more song you're cutting me off from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of premium plans, I don't like the fact that YouTube Premium makes you pay for like things that you could easily like get for free. I feel like the ability to like play like videos or like songs like while the screen is off on your phone. I feel like that shouldn't be something you have to
That's
pay for.
wait,
if
that's
I'm
actually something you have to pay for?
I'm pretty sure because I got a free subscription of YouTube Premium, and that wasn't something I could do before. Where like
Yeah, no, no,
the
no. Usually when you close your screen and the app's still playing music or something, it just cuts off everything.
Yeah, exactly. So when I got YouTube Premium and I was able to listen to songs that are only on YouTube, I was like, oh, this is nice. But at the same time, I'm like, should I really be paying extra money for this feature? Like, like
No.
I
I,
feel
I
like it.
would not. I'm not going to pay extra money for that feature. Sure, I'll just keep my screen open then instead. Why would I pay for a tiny convenience?
Yeah.
What about you, Abby?
I don't know. I just like the memes that come out of YouTube Premium and just like they keep pushing it in your face, and yet I feel like no one really buys into it because it's like you don't get many perks for paying for it. Honest to goodness, like
Yeah.
being able to listen to music on tiny screen. No. Like if I'm not on YouTube, that's because I'm either on another app or checking Twitter where I don't really need to have music playing. Like if I need music playing, I'm just gonna like pull up Spotify and there I
Yeah.
can play music.
No,
Fine.
100% agree.
God.
So.
The only, I guess, quote unquote benefit of like YouTube Red or I guess Premium, I don't know what they're calling it now, is maybe some exclusive series here and there. But for
Yeah.
the most part, they're not even that many, or most of them you can find on other platforms. So it's like I remember a streamer I follow said, "Oh yeah, I just got YouTube Red for free, like the free trial they give you, and I just
Uh-huh.
binged an entire series that they had that was only on there, and that was it."
Mm.
I was just like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I guess
big
that just
brain play.
kind of bypasses everything." Unlike like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, where they'll have like more and more shows rotating in and out. YouTube just doesn't really have that, and they
Yeah.
also base it a lot off of content creators. Like I remember that was the thing. Keep getting ads off of like famous YouTubers and stuff they wanted who were making their own shows. But I was just like, if I don't care for these YouTubers in the first place, then none of this has any appeal to me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I remember Vsauce, if you know who he is. Like
Yeah.
he pretty much moved to making exclusively YouTube Red content as far as I'm concerned, which is sad because like his stuff was like really thought provoking and like really made you think. I was like, oh okay, yeah. I never really thought about that, but now it's like pretty much paywall basically. So
It's just it feels so weird to me, like when content creators go to like YouTube exclusive or Twitch exclusive or something like that, and I mean like they solely make content on one of those platforms. Because
Ninja getting signed by Mixer for $30 million or whatever it was. Crazy.
God, such a poor investment on Mixer's part, but
Oh,
that's neither here nor there. That's
yeah.
a whole nother episode we can talk about.
Oh yeah.
But like, when they do that, some of their content just no longer feels like their content.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I was watching a YouTuber that I like that he recreates like popular food from like restaurants and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
he like partnered with like let's say I think he partnered with Samsung, and they have like this new like TV that's specifically built for like having it outside on like your porch or something like that. I don't know who that demographic is for. I guess for people who like host parties or something like that, but
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, and he did like a whole bit with that, and it just didn't feel like his content. It just felt like very, it was very inorganic and scripted. Like you could tell,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
So I don't know,
I mean,
but
what about, yeah, I was gonna say, what about for you, Abby? Like, is there anyone you feel like that, or are you not really into like the YouTubers and stuff?
The only YouTubers I follow are Fae YouTubers, aka Fire Emblem YouTubers. So like they
Mm,
always put their content just like out there, and
Yeah.
honestly, none of them do like sponsorships or anything like that. They just
Yeah.
want to dedicate themselves to Fire Emblem as
No,
a whole, and I
that's fair.
enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. That's another thing with YouTube is that like, I don't, how do I put this? They don't really seem to like the gaming side of YouTube as much. Like, and there have been videos and stats showing this. Like, YouTube does not favor gaming as much as it does other areas and content creation.
yeah.
Honestly,
So I don't
it's
know.
trashy.
Yeah, no, it really is because it's like there are smaller YouTubers I see who like are even though they're in like this niche section, which I mean you could argue is also on them for being like niche in their own thing, deserve way more recognition for some of the content they create.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But I mean, I feel like there definitely needs to be a change there. It's not happening anytime soon, but I feel like there needs to be a change.
Yeah.
Eh.
Remember like when like you were a kid and like you watched a YouTuber with like a million subscribers and you're like, oh yeah, they're a millionaire.
Yeah.
You know? Like that, and they never had ads, they didn't have Patreon, they didn't have like any of that stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, this guy's a millionaire. Like
Yeah.
no freaking chance. Like even like the most popular YouTuber, like back then was probably making like way less. I can't believe
I
that.
remember. I think like it was RWJ who was on top for like early YouTube, wasn't it?
RWJ.
Ray William Johnson.
Oh yeah, Ray William Johnson. Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't
He was
seen him. I haven't seen or heard him in a very long time.
yeah, because he left that
Yeah,
studio.
last time I
Yeah,
heard, he had retired from it and was like done.
yeah, yeah. But I think he's a good example of like how profitable YouTube could really be.
Yeah.
Like that's I never was that much of a fan of his content, but
Yeah.
he was kind of a trailblazer in that aspect.
Yeah, yeah, and I'll give it to PewDiePie. Like we say, gaming like doesn't get or isn't as favored, which it really isn't. Like still on a greater scale, but I mean,
Yeah.
PewDiePie, he was there from like very early YouTube until now. But
Hmm.
I'm trying to see if like anyone remembers pre-Google owning YouTube.
Ryan Higa, if you remember
Yeah,
him.
yeah, I
Ryan
remember.
Higa yeah, he was pretty cool. Kev Junga was pretty cool also. I liked him a
Damn,
lot.
you're giving me names I haven't heard in a very long time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Super long.
I was literally thinking about Ryan Higa like the other day, and I realized that he's actually starting to stream. I don't know if you knew this, but he's doing Twitch streams now.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I can see the demand for it. What?
yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Abby. We're just going off on this. Like, I feel like now
Oh
we're.
no, it's just I literally cannot mention anything because I didn't get into YouTube until like what last 2 years. Like I didn't even know YouTube
Really?
was a thing. I grew up in
Really?
a household that didn't have internet. Like we only
Oh,
had
okay. You know what?
cable.
That makes
Like
sense.
internet
Okay,
was
fair enough.
foreign to me till I got to like school in like late middle school, early high school. Like that's when internet concepts started coming to me, and I'm like, wait, what is all these memes you guys talk about, huh?
Yeah. No, that's
Memes?
understandable. I get
What is
that.
this?
Like, yeah.
So I was like very late to all of this internet mumbo jumbo
No,
and
no,
YouTube. Even later,
yeah, I
so.
get that. I
That is
guess,
crazy. That is crazy to me. As someone who's like been watching YouTube since I was like in middle school, that
yeah,
is
that I was gonna say
crazy.
that would probably be my time of when I got into YouTube, like seventh, eighth grade. That's when I really started diving into YouTube because before then it was like TV was like the thing for
Yeah.
you.
Oh, Smosh. Remember Smosh? Like,
I
well,
never
Smosh
liked
is still
Smosh.
around.
I'll be honest. I was never a fan of Smosh. I did not like it. I found it dumb.
Hmm.
It wasn't for me. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
not gonna say anyone who likes it like they're like, oh, why, like I'm
Not
not
your
gonna question
opinion
why
is
they
wrong.
like it, but it's like I never got into it. It was same for like Fine Bros and stuff like that like when that came onto the rise.
Wait,
I,
Fine
I
Bros? Isn't
cut.
that the one that does like the kid react things? Or
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
oh,
started. They were a huge proponent of the React videos.
I liked Fine Bros for like a month, and then I was like, nah, this isn't it, Chief. Like, it's yeah,
it's it's such a weird thing. Like they built their brand off the React videos and they still do a bunch of them.
yeah,
It's weirder to me though when they try to bring in a lot of YouTubers to do other stuff who are like, "Oh, look, we have small channels and stuff. We're just like you." And it's like, "No, you're not. Not anymore.
yeah. I will
Not
say,
anymore."
I will say, my favorite videos definitely were of like the popular YouTubers coming into like React and stuff. That was probably like my favorite like content, to be honest.
I think for me it was definitely little kids reacting to the music like we grew up on, or at least like,
Mm.
early
Oh yeah,
late 90s early 2000s music, and they just have no idea what it is, and I'm just like, damn, I'm barely 20 and I already feel old.
it's funny because it reminded me of that meme of the fact that kids nowadays, when they hear TikTok, they'll think of like the social media app. But like when I was growing up, TikTok was like the song by Kesha. So
Yeah,
like,
god.
Yep.
it's
Oh
just
boy.
I think it's really interesting to me that it's like they're speaking of TikTok real quick. It's like there's this whole thing of like pre-TikTok social media now and
Mm,
post-TikTok, because you had people who loved Vine even though that died. Vine actually did not live that long going back to its history. I think
yeah,
Vine was only around for about 3 years.
yeah. I was gonna say 3 years. Like it wasn't really around for that long. I think it died in like freshman year of college for us, if I'm not wrong. Like I
Yeah,
think,
yeah, somewhere
yeah,
around that. But Vine
yeah,
was not around long, and then TikTok came like maybe I think 2 years later.
yeah. Because it before it was TikTok, it was Musically, and
Oh
Yeah.
then
shoot, I haven't heard that one in a while.
yeah,
Yeah, that's another thing. But it's like it's this weird thing. It's like a lot of Vine stars either just like went over to YouTube and made their content there, or they just kind of died out, which was really interesting. Even though the Vines have kind of outlived them, they
yeah,
just don't do any content anymore.
yeah. They also went to Instagram, but that's neither here nor there. But
That's
yeah.
another app. That's an app I just refuse to use because
Mm,
it's like I already have like the social medias I have, and I can barely handle those. I don't need
fair enough.
another one on top of that.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Honestly, I don't even post on Instagram. It's literally just to like see like, oh, this guy went to the lake. That's pretty fun, I guess. That's cool.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, is what about for you in social media, Abby?
Let's see. The only social media I use is Twitter. I am loyal to it because like anything else doesn't
Understandable.
really interest me. And like
Loyalty
the
to
only
Twitter. That's an interesting sentence right there.
yes, loyalty to Twitter because like any other social media app, I notice like it's a lot more like photo centric, and I'm not
Yeah,
for that. Like I'd rather be reading a lot
Yeah.
more. Like
Yeah.
mine is Facebook. Facebook is just a meme to me.
Oh, I'm never going on Facebook ever. The
I've
Facebook.
never
closest thing I
gone
have
to
to
it, so.
Facebook is Messenger.
Yeah, for some god awful reason, most phones nowadays will like have Facebook installed like from the get-go, and like
Yeah.
you can't uninstall it. You can disable it, but you can't uninstall it, which I
Oh,
think is really
that's why I was very glad with my phone because it did not
yeah,
have Facebook on it at all, and I was just like, I'm glad that it didn't come with Facebook, and I never plan
Huh.
on downloading it.
Mine
yeah.
came with TikTok, and I was like, delete.
Whoa, I've never heard of that. That's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it,
Yeah, no,
it came pre-installed with TikTok, and I'm like, I grabbed my dad's phone, just like, we're deleting this one from yours too. Goodbye.
wow, that is wild to me. That actually came pre-installed with TikTok.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
like I wouldn't think of that. Like yeah, they might come with mobile games, which I will say this, like, I don't want my phone to come with solitaire, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Like,
Why not?
well, first off, I'm one of those people who never played solitaire on like when they were a kid and they had on like their PC. I never
Yeah.
Oh my
played
god.
solitaire, so I don't have that personal attachment to it. But let's say like Clash of Clans also, I never played that and like it's on my phone.
Same.
And
No,
like
I never played Clash of Clans. I never got into it because to me it was just like it looked like one of those games I had to invest too much time and money into it. So I was just like, nope, I'm good.
yeah.
Same here. I didn't even know Clash of Clans existed until like my friend's dad told me he got ranked first, and I'm like, "What is this app, and what are you speaking to me about? How do you know more about this than I do? You're like 40, 50 something."
It was
Yeah.
weird to me. Quick story. So when I was in driving school, years ago, um, like, so I was taught by police officers, and it was really funny that this police officer came in, and one of the first things he did, like while we were in class, was just like, who plays Clash of Clans, and does anyone want to join or form alliances with our clan? And I was just like,
Oh my
what?
god.
What?
Excuse me?
Hello?
And I was like, I don't play Clash of Clans. I have not touched the game ever. But I was just like, wait, how did we get here? When did we
That'd
get
be-
here?
I mean, in all fairness, I've had professors that like ask their students to join their fantasy football league. So
Yeah.
I can see that, to be honest.
What the heck? What kind of professors y'all
I
have?
don't. That's wild. I've never heard of a. I've seen professors talk to people about like again Clash of Clans and stuff, but I've never heard of a football league. Wow.
You you've never heard of fantasy football?
No. I've heard of fantasy football. No. Don't get me wrong. I have heard of that.
Okay.
I've never heard of professors asking their students to do that.
Oh no, it happens. Like they'll get me, and I know for a fact because like we went to UMBC, and it's such a like we're not the same as other schools. I'll just say that. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
We're
No, we're
different.
definitely not.
A lot of professors actually played Pokemon Go, which is like.
Oh
pretty
yeah, no,
interesting,
they avidly play, and so do some of the staff too, and I love it.
which is very interesting to me. But yeah,
I'm waiting for that one professor who rolls up first day of class. Okay, y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel. Here's
yes.
the content
Oh
I'm
my
putting up.
god,
I'll be
that's
that.
gonna.
I would gladly be that professor.
If I ever get like if I ever get like a doctorate and I like become like a professor, I am 100% telling my students subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's like
Follow me on
it's
Twitch. Here's my Twitter. Have fun.
it's the digital media age of telling students to buy your book for the course you're teaching. It's basically like that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it probably would be one of our professors for Javi and I. It would probably be one of our past professors who would do it too.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I still love that idea that a professor just comes in and says, join my YouTube channel, or like, subscribe, and then, or follow me on Twitch. But I know there are professors who are also very much against their students following them on any social media.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, like some of them will tell you to like connect with you on like professional websites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time they don't want you to know anything about their personal life. Sometimes.
No, they really don't, which makes sense considering how some people are, and they are their professor and stuff like that.
But going back to the YouTube thing, I was just like laughing to myself at the idea of like a professor like streaming like a video game on Twitch and something like that, and then like they'll get like a kill in like Smash Bros or something like that, and all their students are like doing PogChamp in the chat, and they're just trying to like get their like scores up. Like, please give me like a 10% on the next.
Subscribe to my
In the
YouTube
middle-
channel, and you get 10% higher on your worst exam grade.
Honestly, or I'll drop the worst quiz if you subscribe to my Twitch. That would be so awesome.
I'd do it. I don't know if that counts as bribery or not, but I'd do it.
I don't,
Definitely.
well, hey, look, if it's just subscription or follow, like, I don't think that'd be bribery, because technically speaking, they're not, like, putting in money, so, like,
Yeah.
you could avoid that part of the discussion.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
I'm gonna put that under gray area.
But there is some kind of extracurricular incentive, if you know what I mean, like in
Yeah.
that aspect.
True.
No, I get
Very
that. And I remember there are a bunch of teachers. Do you remember like the influx of teachers suddenly posting their stuff on YouTube? Like when you would look up an assignment in high school and there was just a bunch of teachers on YouTube teaching that concept?
Yeah, I remember specifically for senior year of high school for calculus, my teacher actually uploaded some of the stuff. Like she would like upload videos of her like solving problems on like those like sheets that you would use for like projectors and stuff like that, or like she
Yeah.
would use like a computer program. And I was like, man, we really do live in the future, huh? Because like that was like to me that was the coolest thing, honestly, because it showed that not only did she care to like show us like how to do these things, but to like give it to us in like an accessible medium, you know?
Yeah, no, that was really cool. It also really helped me with some of my assignments because they would just be, I guess, teachers who were already doing those assignments anyway. So I was like, oh, this works out.
Yeah, honestly, bless their souls.
Seriously,
They
no
get me
kidding.
through AP, that's for sure.
No kidding. Crash Course is still one of my favorite YouTube channels that I've ever like watched.
Yes, their A Push series is so good.
Yeah,
So, so much needed.
there were just so many things they explained, and like teachers would actively use it too. So I was just like, no complaints here.
Yeah.
I'd rather you show me a video than try to lecture me.
Oh man.
Yeah. No, seriously, and it's like the thing is I could work along with it and just rewind while you can't really do that with a live professor.
Can you pause for a moment? I need to write this down.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah.
Some professors feel like they would get like offended by you asking to do that.
I never had that experience because I have seen that where they ask and they're like, "Oh, okay," but like I know for a fact that there are professors who just they'll either ignore you or they'll like scold you if you ask for that
Yeah.
because like
Or even go faster just for the shits and giggles.
yeah, exactly.
I know,
It's
I don't
like
like
real.
I don't like that at all, to be honest. Like I would not like that. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, why would you do that? Like there's no reason for that.
It's funny for me, so you're gonna have to suffer. Have fun.
Oh God. Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it's sucky that some professors like that really do exist. Like
No,
even just teachers as well. Like
Yeah, there
Um,
really are.
stupid tenure.
No, I agree. There are professors that just do not need to teach anymore. Like, or they need to update how they teach.
Yeah.
And
Honestly.
like I remember I had this discussion. I don't remember who I had this discussion with, but we were having a discussion where it was just like, if more than half of your class is failing, I wouldn't blame the class at that point. There's something wrong
Yeah.
with you as a professor then.
Yeah. Honestly.
Like-
Because like I get the idea of wanting to like vet, like certain like characteristics. Like, okay, I want people to be like very like devoted to like this course of study, or I want people that are like willing to come in for like office hours and then like learn the concepts there because it shows like they're like willing to like devote more time to this than they really should have to. But at a certain point, you have to realize that these people, especially at the college level, are investing their time and money into like, getting an education, and by actively like wasting their time by like, putting arbitrary sorts of restrictions on their learning, it's just like it's a failure of the system, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's
Honest.
for me.
Ah.
Oh no, go ahead.
I don't know, for me it's just like trashy that we have to actually go through this kind of conversation with our current schooling system. Like honestly, teachers should be trained to like actually care a lot more about their students than just like knowing their concept really well. Like even though you know the concept inside and out, if you can't have that, that I'm gonna say caringness, even though I'm pretty sure there's a better word for like your
Yeah.
students that really do want to try and learn your concept, unless it's like a GED and they're forced in there.
Yeah.
Oof.
But like you should be able to like work with them instead of trying to work against them, and it's messed up that we have to try and reform this even though it should have been decent since the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's just like some professors just want to be dicks. I don't understand why. They pick a student they don't like, or a student questions their quote unquote authority, and then they make it their goal to make their life miserable. I've already told you, Javi, my battle with a professor I had that was
Yeah.
very messy, and like maybe I'll talk about that story one day on the podcast. But
Yeah.
like it was horrible. It really was. I don't know, like I don't get it why professors are like this. They just like, but on the opposite end, some professors are great and love connecting with their students too,
Oh
and those are
yeah,
the professors I like to stick around with.
yeah. I actually kind of wanted to talk about this. My
Yeah,
favorite professor, I would say, I'm not gonna say their name,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it was my professor for I actually had it for two classes actually. It was English. There were two upper levels, and I would say like my first impression of him was that he was kind of a jerk because like he would assign us like a bunch of like readings for both classes, honestly, and
Yeah.
there was a lot of overlap between those two classes. Like there were like at least 10 people in like the one class that was in the other class as well.
Been there.
So yeah, so it was pretty insane to me that he would know that there's all this overlap going into it, and like he would still assign all this stuff. But the thing that I really liked about him was the fact that he made it a point to make sure that people actually understood the concepts by doing certain things that most professors don't really do. So, for example, what he would do is actually like he would form us into groups, and every week there would be a every class actually I should say there would be a group presenting on a certain topic, and it had to relate to one of the readings. And by doing this, it was it was actually kind of reinforcing the fact that you not only understood the reading, but you have the confidence in doing so that you could teach it to other people. And that I feel like is probably the core part of learning is understanding it to a fault, like understanding that understanding like pretty much almost everything that has to go on with just like stuff that you could actually tell people about it. So I
Yeah.
thought it was probably for me he was probably my favorite because like even though I wouldn't say that was my favorite assignment or my necessarily my favorite like experience in that class, it was definitely the most unique and definitely the one that opened me up the most to like how varied and broad teaching can really be, and well
Yeah.
actually it could be.
No, I get that. Like one of my favorite professors was A, I don't know how he would come in and have so much energy. Like
But
I had a 9 a.m. class with him at least for one semester,
Yeah.
and we would come in, and this man's had just pouring out energy. Like at first, I thought, okay, this man is trying way too hard for this energy, but as the semester went on, I was just like, no, this is just how he is.
Yeah.
He has all this energy, and I have no freaking clue how he has this energy,
oh,
especially
to
at
be a
like
morning
9 in the morning.
Well, I
Oh
mean, that just
boy.
shows you like how I feel like invested he was in the class and
Yeah, no,
passionate.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
just, it was clearly his passion, and I'm like, go for it, but still, like, it, it, it was almost in a weird way. Some days it woke me up because of just how much energy he was throwing out there, and I'm just like, whoa, hold on a sec, I haven't even gotten my stuff together. Give me a moment here, please.
Yeah.
And it's like I felt bad because like I had some class with him one semester, and he got me really early in the morning, and by that point I was no longer as adaptable as I was because he would have his class both a Monday morning and a Wednesday morning, and like Tuesday night was like one of my busiest nights where I would be consistently staying up till like 2-3 a.m. doing
Yeah.
assignments. So I would come in, I'm working on about 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and then I'm just like, I'm sorry. I would love to be more invested, but I'm super tired. And I felt bad about it. And then it kind of showed in my work and stuff, but I'm just like, I'm tired. So,
I'm
yeah.
tired. You can't blame me.
What's up?
I'm tired. You can't blame me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like other classes, like I've had classes with him in the past where he would, where I would, like, afternoon class, totally interactive, way more energy from me. That time in the morning, I'm just like, I barely had breakfast, I'm barely awake. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's kind of how it was. What about you, Abby? Like, do you have a favorite professor or professor like style that you really like?
I don't know. I'm really just chill with anything. Like I am much more of like I'm a self-study person. Like I will spend hours on end studying just by myself. Like I don't really need that other person to help. So like I'm fine with any teaching style as long as you tell me what I'm supposed to be studying, I'll get it done and just move on. And I don't know when I developed such a habit, but it just happened. So I don't really mind whether a professor's like really interactive with us or one that just lets us do whatever the heck we want. So
Fair enough.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, honestly. Like, as long as I understand what I'm supposed to be learning, I'm completely fine, like whatever you do during the class. Just, like, let me, like, read on my own, to be honest.
No, for me, I definitely know I'm more of a person who would definitely need that interactive professor because I'm not a passive learner. I know I'm a very active learner when it comes to things like sitting down, taking notes, and looking at something. I'm not really going to learn that way. But, constantly doing something, working with my hands, being interactive, that's the way to teach me. That's what I know. Like, that's how I pick up and learn things. Or if I'm actively going out of my way to learn something and just, like, get it ingrained to my system, that'll be another thing for me.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But you know what? I think that's a good place to wrap up for today.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much, Abby, for coming on the show today. It was great to have you.
Oh yeah, it was fun. And also, shameless plug, follow me on Twitch. I stream whenever the heck I want. And subscribe to my YouTube channel where I have a new video every Monday, Thursday? Yes, Thursday and Friday.
So yeah, I was gonna say you beat me to it on like the promo, but it's like what can they find you
Shameless
under?
plug. They can find me under Abby14 Winky Face, and if I need to spell that out, ABY14 Winky Face. Like actually spell out the winky face for some of them, and just put the actual semicolon, close parentheses.
Yeah, we'll make sure to put links in the description for you guys to go check out her channels. I recommend it. It has some really great content, and we've crossed over a few times.
We've crossed over a few times. Immigration jokes. Haha.
Sure. Okay. All right. So thank you guys so much if you stuck around this long. I really appreciate it. And, thank you again, Abby, for being on the show. And, have a good one, everyone. You'll catch us next time on. Who knows? It's unscheduled. So we'll be back whenever we feel like it. So thank you again, and bye.
Bye-bye.
Adios.